afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me today. My name is Peter. Welcome back to Invest with Peter. So today I'm going to be talking about the CPI that came out last week, why market actually went down last week. We got 50 basis points, but market was not happy about that. Market went down straight away. S&P was down, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, they all went down. Even cryptocurrency was not left out. They all went down last week, despite having a very solid report from Fed and also a good numbers that the market has been waiting for. The market actually don't like it. So I'll be talking about that today. I'll be talking about why cryptocurrency is in trouble. I'll be talking about Elon Musk crisis and Tesla, why you shouldn't buy Tesla stock.
GM, like the EV company that it's becoming, this is massively undervalued.
When you look at Tesla, first and foremost, they are a battery and technology company that happens to make cars. That's a big advantage. They have a big first mover advantage there.
I think what Elon is doing on Twitter is damaging the brand.
The shares are coming under pressure, and that's why we think by the end of next year, the stock will hit our price target of $23 per share.
It's down about 60% in the last year. It's lost more than $500 billion in market cap.
Tesla, named top pick, Morgan Stanley. That's Adam Jonas. Overweight, target 330.
The shadow of Musk is kind of overshadowing everything.
And it's falling again this morning after Goldman Sachs cut its price target on the company by almost a quarter to $235.
I go as far to say that he's demonstrating some erratic behavior.
If you see me for the first time, my name is Peter Ads. Please subscribe to the channel, like, and put your comment down below, and I'll be there to answer your questions. So today, I'm not going to beat about the bush. I'm going to go straight away to the point. We're going to have enough information that you need and to understand what's actually happening in the market or what has happened in the market. All right, straight. Let's go on. Came out, they said, well, they're raising rate by 50 basis points for this month, again, with the market actually expected. But guess what? Market went down Wednesday, went down Thursday. Friday was not actually left out as well, and market start shedding red. So people were wondering what's actually going on. What's a good CPI report? The Fed was 50 basis point. Market was expecting. It's not that Fed actually increased rate by 75. It was 50 that the market was expecting. So why is market trading off? Well, market was not actually expecting what Jerome Powell said. Jerome Powell actually said they're going to be increasing rates and they're not stopping anytime soon. So market was expecting Jerome Powell to come out and say, well, we're going to be slowing down rates and probably be cutting rates at some point early next year, and all that stuff. That's what market was expecting Jerome Powell to say, but he never said anything like that. He said, well, we're still going to be on this track of increasing the rates until we actually are convinced that the data coming out is actually turning positive. So he said they're going to be data driven. That means they're going to be looking at the next couple of CPIs that will be coming out, and that's what they're going to be using to judge where and when they will start pivoting. That's the word in the market, pivoting, right? So now he said, well, they're not going to stop anytime soon. They're going to be increasing rate and see what data comes in January and all that stuff. They're going to see this next CPI, and that's going to determine what. So market was like, no, I wasn't expecting that, and Nasdaq went down. People start taking profit and people start selling. People sold at low because they need to report taxes. We understand in the United States, people start reporting taxes, so people need to take some losses to actually put in for their tax so that profit. But if you sell for tax harvesting and all that stuff, that's good for you if you know what you're doing. So people started selling, and also the market was like, well, what's going on? People were wondering as well, like, what's going on with cryptocurrency? See, cryptocurrency is actually, there's nothing wrong with cryptocurrency. The main problem we had a couple of weeks was the FTX issue, where Sam Bankman-Fried was the new fraudster out there who actually, convince his investors and all the people that actually bought into his company that it's a solid company, nothing can bring this company down, all that stuff. Whereas using his company to actually play YOLO, the house of cards he built for himself, and all that stuff. So, he was exposed because of the market, stock market, the bear market we have exposed him and all that stuff. And this guy was last week arrested by the Bahamian, police, and he's been detained in the custody. And I think next time it's going to be showing up again at the court is February the 3rd, 2023. The US actually wants to extradite him, but it's not going to be easy like that. So at some point, I think it's going to be going to US to face, the congressmen and all that stuff, telling them why he did what he did. So, but at this point, this guy's been in custody, and all the stuff around FTX is still going on, and that's what brought down cryptocurrency. Though there's a rumor going on about Binance not allowing people to take out their money and all that stuff again, not allow people to change their cryptocurrency to USDC and all that stuff, USDT and all that. So it's been putting some people on pressure that hope this guy is not going the way of FTX. And people will be wondering, even analysts are wondering that we need to be very careful with Binance, because for him to start saying, well, people are not allowed to withdraw anymore, they've stopped withdrawal, and they're not allowing people to change their crypto holding to USDC and all that stuff, and it's been causing some hullabaloo, if you allow me to use that word, in crypto ecosystem. Now, let's talk about Tesla crisis. Why? Elon has been on this issue of, Twitter, Tesla, SpaceX. This guy is dividing his attention to so many places now, and he's actually using Tesla as a piggy bank, picking money from here to finance that one. So he's picking money from his Tesla holdings and putting it into Twitter, because Twitter is in trouble and he doesn't want this company to go bankruptcy, right? So he's just saying, well, last week he sold over 3.5 billion worth of Tesla stocks. Well, before I go on, just watch this video.
He's Dan Ives. Dan, always great to see you here. Just got to ask you about these stock sales. Anything hinky going on here? Because my understanding is if you have a corporate executive who's laid out a plan for selling a stock and it's supposed to be arm's length, the timing should not be theoretically suspect as it is in this case. Maybe you can clue us in on some of the details here.
Look, I mean, the biggest problem is, Musk is essentially using Tesla as his own ATM machine. And, obviously with the Twitter circus show that continues to, I'd say, get worse, not better, the red ink at Twitter means he's ultimately going to have to sell more stock. And it becomes just, a cascading spiderweb situation that's just cast a massive shadow on Tesla because of the antics we're seeing with Twitter and Musk, where, I mean, this is almost a Twilight Zone episode that never ends.
What has been the impact of his losing his focus? Down 30% shares just since he took over Twitter, down 62% year to date, down 14% this week. What has been the impact of the Twitter distraction?
I mean, look, Musk, it's been a magic carpet ride the last, I'd say 3.5, 4 years. I mean, they really at the top, not just of the EV race, but even from a brand perspective, from a Wall Street view, I think changed dramatically. Now he's essentially gone from a superhero to a villain in the eyes of many investors, because of what we see on Twitter and the impact that that's had on Tesla. Feels like attention continues to be focused on Twitter. And the biggest problem, selling Tesla shares to fund Twitter. And even, what we've seen over the last week, it's brand deterioration, a black eye for Musk, which is a black eye for Tesla. And that's part of the problem here. It was always our biggest fear once he bought Twitter.
Well, Dan, is there anything that Elon can do to quell some of these, maybe get ahead of some of the controversy? Not that he's been historically known for doing exactly that, but it just seems to me like if you were to change his 12B1 plan, I believe that's what it's called, or just acted, I just maybe gave investors a heads up. That's another potential solution here. Anything Elon could do to kind of mitigate some of these claims against him?
Yeah, I mean, look, you hit the nail on the head. I think first off, needs like a lot of CEOs, a defined selling plan in terms of what he's going to sell, per quarter. And I think investors need to know that. So there's no surprise, because right now it's a guessing game, and that actually becomes just fuel for the shorts because you continue to worry about it. And it's been the boy that cried wolf, saying that he's done selling, but yet continues to sell.
Guys, you just heard what he said. This guy's been using Tesla, like I said, just as a piggy bank to finance his Twitter crisis and all that stuff. So, and also, some analysts actually last week they downgraded Tesla stock, and that actually, put pressure on Tesla as well. So there's so many things happening around Tesla stock at this point. The biggest shareholder, which is Elon Musk, sold over 3.5 billion, and also analysts are downgrading these stocks because they believe, well, Tesla has not reached its bottom yet, and that's why institutions are staying away for now. I believe Tesla is still going to go down, but I'm going to tell you the price I'll be buying in. I'm a Tesla stock holder. I bought around 200 plus. I'm red now. My portfolio is red in Tesla now. I don't care about what's going on now because I believe in the projection of this company. I believe the future actually is going to be energy and all this stuff. And this company is the biggest, without anybody staying close at this point. So I believe this company is going to survive regardless of what's happening. But I'm not going to be buying at this point. I'm not going to be buying anymore at this point. I'll be buying at around the price I'll tell you just before the end of this video. So if you want to wait a little bit, I'm going to tell you the price I'll be buying back. And if you've not actually purchased Tesla stock now, guess what? Tesla is still going to go below $150 a share. Well, I'm not saying it's going to go down, but there's high tendency of it going down under $150 very, very soon, because I believe Elon has not stopped selling. He's still going to sell at some point very soon, maybe not now, maybe in January or February, of his Twitter, debt and all that stuff. So believe me, Tesla stock is still going to come down. That's not the flaw. I'm red now. I don't care. I still hold my Tesla, but I'm not buying anymore at this point. So before then, let's talk about something else again I saw on Wall Street Journal, right? So it says Elon Musk seeks additional fund for Twitter. Just like I said, is using Tesla as a piggy bank, right? So somebody was telling him this week and say, as Elon's team, he reached out to potential fresh investor for Twitter Incorporation at the same price as the original $44 billion deal. This is the guy that actually invested $27 billion of his own personal money to finance his Twitter debt. So also in my next video, I will be talking about, some companies you can buy, like a recession-proof stocks that you can buy that are going to help you, and that's probably going to help your portfolio at some point next year. So if you read what the video I put up, if you read the information, I'll just leave it there for you to read and all that stuff. So this guy is just into anything now. And he's even into politics. He start talking about Democrats, how they silenced, in his Twitter file that he was releasing. He was talking about how Twitter actually helped Democrats to silence Republican politicians, Republicans, senators, governors on the last election and all that stuff. So he was getting himself into politics, and he's putting pressure on himself and making more enemies instead of friends. So he even said he's probably not going to be doing open roof conference or show anytime soon because he believes he's now a target. So for him to be getting involved in these is just a matter of concern for us investors in this company, because we know if anything happened to this guy, what's going to happen to Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter and all that stuff. So, and some people are even suggesting of actually getting another CEO for Twitter. I actually put a poll, eToro. I use eToro to trade. So I pulled out I just put up a poll that, do you guys want Elon to remain the CEO, or he should get somebody else should come in as a CEO? And people actually voted for Elon to remain as Tesla CEO. So that means they still believe that Elon is the man to be at the forefront of Tesla, is the pioneer, the innovator, and all that stuff. Well, that's it about that. But I still believe if this guy's going to be getting distracted because of Twitter and politics that come with Twitter, I think it's better somebody else come on board, chosen by Elon Musk by himself, and actually, putting somebody there that he trusts to actually be the face of Tesla. It can be the background CEO, but somebody's face should be out there, because it's not going to help Tesla to grow when it's creating more enemy than friends. And also, we believe the future is gray energy and all that stuff. Tesla is not only into cars. This company is into battery, into solar, is into tech and all that stuff, and these are the things that's going to drive the future up and all that stuff. So I'm holding my Tesla. I'm not selling any Tesla stock. Though it's red, I'm not selling, but I'm not going to be buying again until I see $100. Yeah, you had me right, $100. That's where I'm going to be buying again, because at this point, I think Tesla has not reached its floor. So it might go down to 120, but I'm still not going to be buying until I see that $100 again. And that's where I think the institutions will be convinced that, well, we believe Tesla has reached the bottom now. The only way to go from here is up. So towards middle of next year, whenever we have the recession that we're going to have, expect Tesla to go down more. So that's where I'm going to be piling in again and buying for now, but I'm staying away from Tesla. And if you're a potential Tesla buyer, Tesla stock buyer, right, you want to wait and see anything around $120 to $100 before you start buying it. Because if you buy now, you're just buying, putting your hand in a falling knife. That's what we say. It's the Christmas week anyway. So I wish you all Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. So please subscribe to the channel, like, and put your comment below. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye for now.